repair. Before I even get started on this one, I can pretty much tell you what the problem will probably be. A lot of times with PC board amps, the tubes get really hot, and the sockets on the PC boards will crack the solder joints and you'll lose connection. Another thing, especially with these Peavey Classic 30s, the way their boards are built, and you'll see it after I take it apart, there's 3 boards connected with just little wire jumpers, and inevitably they break. So this one should be a pretty easy repair. We're going to start disassembling this thing so we can get at that silly board. So I noticed right away when I took this apart, there's a couple other issues besides some solder joints. I don't know if you can see it very well. Do you see that nice little brown goop at the end of that capacitor? And right there, leaky caps. So those got to be replaced. Actually, should probably replace the whole works. I am not a big fan of Illinois capacitors. I've seen them go bad on so many amps. So I guess we're going to start with there, and then we'll go over all these little wire joints, and then check out all the tube sockets. So we found out filter caps were getting bad, so I got to check into those, and I'm going to open this up and check out this tube sockets. I've seen 1 or 2 of the power tube sockets were looking a little crispy. So I'm going to hook these brackets right here. Kind of pry it open just a little bit. These things are so flimsy. Those 2 have been looking a little crispy. Looks like a cracked solder joint right there. I'm sure some of these other ones aren't so good either. Another tip of the day. This is something by a good friend of mine who works on CNC machines. Turn your camera into a magnifying glass. Really get in there and see those solder joints. Looks like we got some resoldering to do and some caps to replace. Alright, we're going to start by resoldering all the tube sockets and some of the traces here that look like they're got issues. They might not all need resoldering, but if you're this far into it, better do it just to be sure. Because I hate having to take something back apart for something stupid that I didn't do when I was in there. I said before, a couple of the sockets looked a little burnt, but if you look at the contacts in them, they were fine. So it's just the plastic was a little warm. The metal contacts were absolutely fine. So that's all the sockets. We'll work on replacing the caps next. I don't know if you can see it or then not. Grab, I don't know if you can see it or not. This is what I was talking about. There's already one broken wire. It needs to be replaced right here. This one looks a little suspect, and I'll probably replace that one too. That one possibly also. Alright, I'm going to go on to replacing the filter caps in here. The low voltage ones I'm not worried about. It's these right here that are starting to leak and need to be replaced. So, the first part is trying to get them separated. Because It's so nice of them to glue everything together. And actually what I should do, again, I always take pictures of everything just in case. Since we know we're just going to be taking these out. I don't want to be too rough on this board. They're flimsy enough the way it is. So, we got the caps off. I haven't cleaned up all the glue on them, and I probably won't. These boards are so fragile that when I said it was gonna probably go, just did. Right there. So, next step is to unsolder all the leads from those caps and get the new ones installed. Alright, let's see if we get all these out of here. There we go. Looks like we're good. Alright. I'll start putting them all back together again. With these, you gotta make sure you get the polarity right, positive and minus, but you can see on the circuit board they have it labeled quite well. I know, I'm not worried about those two touching. They're on the same point on the circuit board, so we're good there. Oops, forgot to pull out my... got to take the solder off of those two. Looks like we're all in place. Clarity is good on everything. Now, solder them back in. Good. These will come in handy for fixing my little jumpers that need to be replaced on this board. So there we go. New filter caps. Alright, so what I'm going to do is use some of these clip-off wire ends from my capacitors to redo these broken jumpers in this board. As I said before, if you ever run across one of these, you can pretty much guarantee that if you're having an issue, it'll probably be with some of these jumpers being broken. that one, and we got one more here. Alright, we got it fired up on the current limiter. Well, up and running. Customer will be happy to have it back. You'll never guess what I got in the shop. Another one.